Hopefully.
What's
All
up,
right, you guys? Welcome back.
Welcome.
Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 37. We have Bubba Romero in the house with us from Oxnard, all the way from up north, which is funny because it's actually not that far, but
kind of is.
It kind of is.
Going up the 405 or the 101. Yeah, it is.
All right, guys.
Lots of traffic.
Sammy, what's up? Always on the chat first. Always supporting us. Brother, big shout outs to you. Thank you for all the support you give us, man. Sharing our stuff with that is awesome. Thank you. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Daniel's on mute. You're on mute, sir.
gosh.
Okay, it's okay.
Did I lose the whole intro?
Yeah.
No? Yeah?
Well, welcome back to episode 37. Thank you. All right.
Technical difficulties. That's okay. So, we didn't miss all your intro. We got some of it. But we got Bubba Romero today, all the way from Oxnard, California. I actually, it's like near Ventura. You're like near Ventura County?
Yeah. Yeah, Ventura County.
I tried to fish Ventura County on the way back from a camping trip, and it wasn't good.
Oh.
I probably wasn't in the right spots.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm really excited to pick your brain because my cousin genuinely told me verbatim that there were no spotties in the Ventura area, the Oxnard area, just because it was too far north. And so seeing you catch spotties makes me go, all right, now we're cooking with something.
Yeah, I caught my first one during our last El Nino season. Somewhere, I think it was like 2016 or 17. I can't remember, but we're fishing right underneath the Channel Islands Boulevard Bridge, and yeah, I hooked a small, maybe like an 8 to 10 inch spotted bay bass, and that's where it started. And
hey, before we get into that, let's start with our announcements, Charlie.
Yes, sir. So first thing, we got Glizzies at the ramp coming up, as you guys may or may not know. We did announce it on the last live, but it's official now. April 27th will be our date. So, Bubba, this is something that we host at, I don't know if you're familiar with the San Pedro boat ramp.
No, I'm not.
So we host a little event there. You know, we fish in the morning and then we cook in the afternoon. You don't have to fish. You know, you come down, hang out, eat some hot dogs.
Nice.
So, Charlie, Bubba's a boat person. Do you know 22nd Street Landing?
Yes.
There you go. It's right next to there.
Right next door.
Right next to there. See?
Are we going to be at 22nd Landing?
You got to hit it with the boat.
But it's the public launch right next. It's the public launch right next to 22nd Street.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's literally right there.
Okay. If you know the 22nd Land, that's we're at the public launch ramp.
So break down for everyone what's going on with this year.
So we're going to be hosting the Glizzies. This is going to be our fourth one, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Fourth one. We're planning to have a raffle. And this is just to help us, you know, get equipment for more content. We're probably thinking about, Luke, you want to talk about that?
So we'll call it a raffle / fundraiser. We're hoping to get some better nighttime equipment and a nighttime specific camera. Because we're doing a lot of night content for these big calicos. And we want to film it better so you can watch it better.
Nice.
So we usually film at night. We do a lot of nighttime videos.
And the GoPros are awful at night. The iPhone literally works better.
Good. But yeah, so Glizzies, April 27th.
GoPro, if you're watching, sponsor us apparently because we.
Don't sponsor us, GoPro. We don't want to use your product at night. We literally couldn't even use another GoPro if they gave it to us for free. We could raffle it. So yeah, if you want to be involved, if you want to be involved in
April 27th. Go for it.
April 27th, if you want to be involved in donating to the raffle to help us out, contact me, Charlie, or Daniel. We're probably also going to purchase a couple things to raffle as well. Maybe some reels, maybe some rods. We'll have to see what happens over the next couple weeks, see what we put together. But yeah, we're going to have a raffle. Also, if you want to just donate towards food, we'll take donations. That's what we did last year. People donated towards food. And it was pretty cool because the first 2 years we paid for the food. This last year, it was all self-funded in the sense that it didn't come out of any of the three of our pockets. People pitched in, people donated, and that paid for all the food that we cooked for everybody.
So that's always welcome. Another thing, go for it,
Charlie.
You go.
If you guys want to support us in the sense of not even like paying for anything, our channel's monetized now. So if you're watching our videos, if you're watching this after it comes out, an ad pops up, we get money for ads being played. So if you want a free way to sponsor us, just let the ad play.
Yep.
We've made a whopping $3.
Which, you know what?
We're going viral.
Heck yeah.
$3 in our first couple of days of being monetized is fine.
It's awesome. It's a good feeling. We've been working hard to put out content. We've learned a lot, and we love you guys for supporting us. The live wouldn't be nothing without you guys supporting us. And then people like Bubba jumping on, having a conversation with us about fishing. So thank you to you too, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Javi said hitting the like button helps as well. Yeah, like button, share button, type in messages. It all helps, and we're grateful for all of it.
Exactly. So yeah, man. But I think that's it. Another thing, we got the tackle. There's a tackle meet happening on Saturday, the 6th. Go support Waterman's Collective. Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong side. Waterman's Collective. Daniel's gonna be there. He's gonna be having baits too. Salty Bastards. He's gonna be having his puffy 3D hats. If you guys want to pick one of these up,
he's got some shirts coming too.
He also has shirts coming up. A lot of good stuff. Go support, guys. I think Fish Hard's gonna be there as well. Daniel, right? Fish Hard? Yeah. Okay. Fish Hard.
Yeah, me and Charlie are gonna come down. We're gonna hang out for the day. So if you got any questions about anything, feel free to just hit us up and talk fishing.
Then that's what we're about to do right now.
Yeah, Waterman's gonna have some of his new rods there. We're gonna be able to tug on those new rods and talk about them. Me and Charlie have been putting in some work on them and trying out some of the prototypes.
Pretty good. I caught a solid spotty this past weekend, and the rod held up good, man. It responded really well, so I was pretty happy. I was able to handle that fish really well. So, with that being said, I think that's it for announcements. Bubba, I hear we were backstage. I like saying that. We were backstage talking about fishing, and you said you went out today, so tell us about that, man.
Yeah, just ran over to the local spots and had some decent fishing, some good decent fishing. Put up some cabezons, some calicos, and yeah, it was a nice day to get out for at least an hour and a half.
Nice.
So it was nice, good, decent weather. A little bumpy.
Any big ones?
Nothing crazy, just standard issue stuff. I think the calico bass was barely touching 14, but water up where we're at's been it's been up and down. Water's barely starting to clear up again, and it's starting to get cold. It's weird. We had some warmer water temperatures throughout last month, and all of a sudden now we're getting a little bit of a cold water push. So yeah, things are changing.
What's interesting, and I got two questions. I caught a spotty today before work. I mean, it was absolutely ice cold. And what's interesting when you were talking about that cold water front that's coming through is last Sunday I was catching them and they were like hot to the touch. You're like, oh man, these guys are fired up. They're warm. Today I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like I'm back in January or December right now, which is interesting. But for the cabezons, were you shore pounding?
No, we're my buddy Skeff. He has a I think it's like a.
So I was like, that's a bananas catch if you're shore pounding.
No shore pounding. Yeah, we're offshore. We're about 3 miles offshore. So it was nice. It was a good night. Nice, good day. Couldn't ask for anything better. I really wanted to go to the lake though. The lake's been snapping. Where the lakes have been snapping. So
I've seen some pretty big fish. I've seen some pretty big fish caught in freshwater.
Yeah.
Luke, you went out. You went out.
I went out, and like you said about the cold water, I honestly couldn't even tell you what temperature it was because I didn't even look. My big thing was the last couple of trips. There've been so much biolume. I just we're halfway to the spot, and I looked back, and everything looked clean behind the boat. I remember telling my dad, I was like, "There's no biolume. We're gonna have a good day."
Nice.
Do you guys get a lot of red tide down there?
We've had it lately because I think all the storm has put a lot of runoff in the water.
Oh, okay.
Because we've had, I don't know how many big rains the last 2 months.
Oh yeah, we've
it
had
just
a lot of
seems
rain.
it just seems like when, and there's people that are going to know the technical details more than me, but when we have these big rains, it brings stuff into the water that blooms and turns into red tide.
Yep, we get the same thing. Luckily, we haven't had that. I've seen our fair share of it, but luckily we didn't get any of that this time. So
yeah, I figure we probably will get some, but it hadn't started yet.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
We went out for about a little over 3 hours. Me and my dad, we woke up early, launched the boat. I think we were in the water by 3 a.m.
Oh wow!
And we were pretty much back to the dock, pulling the boat out of the water by 7.
Oof.
So yeah, it was nice though, and I'd say we had about 3 hours of fishing in there, a little over 3 hours.
Okay.
And I think we pulled probably 35 to 40 calico.
Ooh.
So it was a pretty fun morning.
Nice. What's up, Tom? What's up?
And yeah, if anyone's wondering, it's a dark sleeper bite right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, we were we were kind of picking them off, then we moved to the dark sleeper, and it was nonstop on the dark sleeper.
Can you pin Sammy's comment? The last one to this. So it's Sammy. Nope, not that one. The last one that he put.
5 to 6 degree swing in Newport.
So he had a 5 to 6 swing in temperature in Newport.
Nice. Yeah, it's what it looked like. Water temperatures changed pretty drastically.
If you've never met a more committed fisherman on a kayak, go check his page out, man.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, Sammy's on
I've
it.
seen Sammy a couple times pop up. Guy's dedicated.
He is dedicated, man. Big shout outs. From 65 to dude, so it dropped.
Yeah, definitely. It's a drop.
What about you, Daniel? Did you fish?
Yeah, I fished this morning and lost about $20 in lures.
Woo.
I wish I only lost $20. I lost like $100.
Really?
You guys have fished with me. You've seen how stupid I am.
No, it's rare when you lose something, man.
Dude, I lost a lot. I lost one of Nick's new neck breakers.
That's insane. What did you get? A 3/4 ounce?
Yeah.
You lost it? Did it dig in the hole?
I lost a neck breaker. I think I lost.
Look at Daniel.
I lost a trout fully rigged, a bluegill fully rigged.
Oof.
Quite a few craws. So yeah, I think I lost 2 dark sleepers.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably. You know what though?
Day.
Yeah, like those kind of days, when you're catching them, you're also losing them.
Terminal.
Have you ever fished sudden impacts, Bubba?
You know what's so funny? Actually, I have that one of their craws.
There you go.
I fished it on my darter head. One of my darter.
That's what I got my PB spotty on.
Yeah, they work really well.
Yeah, those little claws be floating up in the water.
Yeah,
so it helps.
They float up.
So for anyone watching, Daniel crushed his phone and is working on getting a new one. But in the meantime, it's overheating, which is why he keeps popping off. So yeah, we'll just carry on. But just so you guys know, that's why Daniel's coming in.
That's why Daniel's in and out. So let's talk about the landing. You work at
Channel Island Sport Fishing.
Channel Island Landing.
Yeah.
So what do you do there?
Sport fishing. I work in the tackle shop. tackle, reservations, bait, all of it. I do it all. Do a little bit of everything there. It's my full-time gig, and then I help out on the boats once in a while and pull cover on people and stuff like that. Help out.
Mm-hmm.
How long you been there for?
Man, like 9 years, coming up on 10 maybe. Been there for a little bit.
That's funny. It's one of like the few tackle shops I haven't been into.
Yeah, we got a tiny little tackle shop. We actually revamped it. We brought in a lot of new product there. So,
what do you guys carry,
guys? Right now, we're carrying a lot of stuff for surf gear. A lot of surf fishing going on down on the Silver Strand. So just a bunch of surf gear. We just brought in bass tricks. We brought in Viking head. We have snap down swim baits. We have redemption. And yeah, just the normal stuff to go rock fishing or anything that we do at our local islands. We got.
You know what's cool about snap down swim baits is I started following him. I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago, when he was literally like, I'm making this page because for my senior project, I'm starting a bait company.
Yeah, David and his kids, they get down. They pour a really cool product and a good product.
Well, yeah, I think the kid was awesome. The one who started it for like his senior project in high school.
Yeah,
really?
It was cool because I've been literally watching him since like the week he made that page.
Yeah, he started as a school project.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, some good people over there.
That's pretty cool.
He made it back.
What's up, Daniel? You back? What happened?
My phone overheats. I accidentally slammed my phone in the car door while fishing, and it doesn't like to work. So it overheats probably like 15 times a day. I'm just ready for the battery to explode in my pocket at this point. But my shop is so hot because I'm pouring that absolute fire right now for performance tackle. So end of the week, performance tackle should be full of slugs, restock. Very excited about that. And if I'm lucky and find the time and manage it, I'm also going to pour some extra glacier mints for the tackle meat, just because those slugs sold out. So thank you, everybody, for the support. I appreciate it. Much love.
That's awesome. Pretty stoked for that color. Pretty solid color.
Nice looking color.
I want to ask about, we were talking about spotties, and Daniel was talking about how he was told they weren't up there by you. And you mentioned that you caught your first one during the last El Nino.
Yeah.
Do you think that's kind of when they came into the harbor, or have they always been there just kind of on the down low?
I think a little bit of both. I've heard stories of guys catching them back in the way day, and I've heard guys releasing them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it also could be from eggs and stuff being pushed up with currents and stuff. I think it's just a mixture of everything, and it's just been on the low.
But you think they're more prevalent than they used to be?
Oh yes, they have definitely established a population.
So
is that just with the warmer water overall?
It's been, I've caught them in some pretty cold water.
I don't mean that. I just mean overall, I think we have 1 to 2 degree warmer temperature on average than we did in past years, past decades.
Yeah, that could probably definitely be a factor in their establishment up here in the northern harbors, I guess. I've heard of guys catching them in Santa Barbara as well, but nothing really big. Some small ones.
What about in the harbors where you're fishing? Like, what's the biggest you've seen?
The biggest I've seen, I've caught a 2.5 right next to toppers, and I think my buddy Pat caught a 3.
Nice.
Oh, that's a decent fish, man.
Yeah, they're pretty big. I've noticed that I don't catch small ones. I mean, we don't
I know how that is. I know how that is.
It's weird. I've never.
He's like, I'm just gonna say it. I don't catch small ones.
I only catch legal. Really, I haven't seen anything smaller than 10 inches. I know that the harbors down south, you catch them from little itty bitty guys to big
Dude,
old tanks.
no
I've
joke.
never
I think
seen
the
little itty bitty
smallest.
guys.
I think I caught a probably like a 9 or 7 inch sand bass this past Friday.
Yeah, I don't see that. I've never seen anything that small. Maybe in the back of the harbors and stuff like that, but I really don't see small bay bass. It's normally stuff from 12 to 16s. And
Now, as a freshwater bass guy yourself, we've seen bigger grade largemouth bass due to a smaller population. So that means they're more well fed. They don't have to fight with smaller fish for the food population. Do you think the spotty population is going to grow bigger, or do you think the bigger fish are eating the smaller ones?
I definitely noticed the size of the fish over the years. They definitely are getting bigger and establishing themselves, at least as adults. Um, there's just so much. I mean, we get rockfish in the harbor, we get sand bass and calicos. So there's just kind of like a mix of everything.
Mhm.
I don't know. I honestly don't know, to be quite honest. I think that stuff it made it staple there, and they're there. They're just kind of growing with the population of everything else. But there's definitely enough feed for them. There's enough feed in that harbor for them to grow.
Do you have a lot of people fishing for spotty?
Not really, not really.
Heck,
Because Charlie hasn't been up there
there's
yet.
people that will grass bass. I call it grass bassing. And it's catch little grass bass rockfish or grass rockfish.
yeah.
But you'll get a spotty mixed up in there once in a while. Once in a while you'll get a spotty or sand
See,
bass.
up here for us, like that, I guess it's what is it, like a tree bass, a grass bass? I don't know what it is,
Grass rockfish, called a
right?
grass rockfish or
That's like a
chocolate.
Yeah.
bycatch. That's like a bycatch for us. Like you're saying that people target them there?
Yeah, that's when I started fishing the harbors. As a little kid, we would fish for grass bass. We'd fish for grass rockfish, and we'd use tiny little grubs, like 2 to 3 inch grubs, and bend the hook in so it'd make it weedless and pretty much poke pole grass bass out of the harbor. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, and that's mainly what I fished for, and it was fun. You'd catch a sand bass or a calico, and you'd be all excited. But most of the night, most of the time when you're fishing, you catch a grass bass, and that's majority of what I caught as a little kid fishing Channel Islands Harbor. Then starting to get a little more technical with fishing and started catching more sand bass and calicos, and then all of a sudden got a spotty, and there she
Yeah.
goes. So it's fun. That place is fun. It's a cool little spot. Not much. Everything's accessible. There's a lot of spots to fish there. Anywhere you fish there, you'll catch something.
Talking about spots, how is it like areas? Like, is it, is there a lot of people not letting you fish? Is there a lot of spots where you?
No, honestly, like I said, so as long as you can access it publicly, you can access the harbor or at least the pathway publicly. Any of the riffraff is fair game. You can hop on the riffraff. Anybody tells you no, tell them to kick rocks because they're wrong. The harbor, when Ventura County purchased the land from the original owner, the one big thing was public access. So the whole harbor is publicly accessible, or as the rocks are. So as long as you accessed it through a public access, you're good. You're golden. So
Nice.
yeah, it's one of those. It's I've had people bother me. I've definitely proved that I was right. So
Was it like officials bothering you or just random people?
It was more or less dock masters, I guess we'd call them, renters, people that rent the dock space, people, that kind of thing. The companies, the management, I should say,
Yeah.
harassed me for years, dude. And I stuck my foot down and I held my ground, and I proved that the place is publicly accessible and you're able to fish there without harassment. So it I would say that harbor is one of the few harbors that are majority public access that you can fish without being kicked
That's
off.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah, harassed.
That is a beautiful thing.
It is. It honestly is. It's I wish sometimes fishing was a little better, but it's nice. It's nice to be able to fish without constant harassment. So
yeah, we've been talking about making a trip up there for a while. We're gonna have to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, give it a shot.
So,
I've had some interesting days there.
So we tend, just as default, to talk a lot about spotty fishing and calico fishing. Let's talk about some of that other stuff. Like you're working up there on the sport boats. Let's talk about white sea bass. I'm sure people love hearing about that.
Oh, sea bass fishing's fun. This whole new round, it's changed. Obviously, everything evolves, and it kind of goes with what's biting during the time. That sea bass bite could be totally rocking, and then sometimes it can give you the middle finger. So it just depends on the day and what's going on. But I've had some fair share of some good sea bass fishing up in the northern islands. A lot of squid, and then turning into like flukes and tubes and stuff like that. It's been quite a ride. The last 6 years, it's been quite a ride with that white sea bass bite.
So is it more prevalent up there?
The last 3 years, it's been really good. We've had a lot of the rotation of fish the game fish has been sea bass. So in the years before that, we had yellows, and we had that El Nino year where we had those giant yellows just swimming about and just catching incredible numbers of yellowtail fishing.
It doesn't seem like yellowtail was that big last year.
And no,
I didn't anywhere. I didn't see a whole lot. You'd see yellowtail popping up, but I didn't see huge yellowtail numbers on any boat.
Not
I can't recall.
Northern islands, it's been slow. I haven't caught a home guard yellow in 2-3 years, maybe 3 years. Been 3 years since I've caught a yellowtail in the northern islands. I know there's some other guys that catch them all the time, but myself, I haven't got one this couple years.
I could easily be wrong because I'm wrong all the time, but I don't think I saw a boat with limits of yellowtail from here to San Diego last season.
The guys down south in San Diego had a good
I know
shot.
they got some, but I didn't see boat limits. I remember years past where it would be for a week straight, boats would be limiting out.
That was fun. I got on that bite. Was that the year before last?
I think it was 3 years ago now.
Yeah, that was fun.
But yeah, me and my dad got on that, and we did. We had 2 day limits.
Yeah,
we had not only 2 day limits. I can't tell you how many yellowtail we released.
Yeah,
just bumped up to 60 pounds so we can flip them and throw them back.
The yellowtail fishing was so good. I was fishing a toxic bait trucha. Saltwater
really?
Trucha. I myself had 40 fish on that bait, and then I handed it off to my pal Sam, and he put up 30 more. So that yellowtail fishing down the line was great.
Dude, I cannot believe they were biting something like that.
Oh, they were inhaling that thing.
I had this
picture up on your Instagram, and it's fantastic, by the way.
That was with Brittany.
I just saw the one with the calico. I didn't see the one with the yellowtail.
You got to scroll down a little bit. I did a deep dive, but it's an awesome picture. I sat there at work in my cubicle, and I went, "Is that real?"
Oh yeah, they were eating it. It was awesome. You see guys in the back of the boat getting them on bait every cast. I was like, "Oh, I got to throw this surface iron." Yeah. And I looked in my bag. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I brought the toxic bait. Let's throw that." And it was as soon as it hit the water, 2 cranks, let it sink out, whatever you wanted to do. It was getting
just
bit.
On.
It was
dude, that's insane.
It was incredible. I wanted to repeat that, but then we got Dorado. Then we had that big push of Dorado that the year after that, and that was fun too. I caught one on a glide bait, but
nice.
That was scary.
Yeah, because it's just whipping that thing around.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get a hook in the finger or in the leg somewhere.
It's funny because I had this surface iron that I'd never really caught anything on. We were on that yellowtail trip, and I was like, I'm gonna kill him on the surface iron. and I threw it out first cast, and I'm swimming it, and I watched 5 different yellowtails swim up to it, look at it, and swim away. It's like that thing's going right in the trash.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing like it when the water's clean. You can see them come up and eat the iron. Oh,
Yeah. Or
it's
when you
something.
see 5 of them look at it and swim away, you're like, yeah, that's not working.
What's up, Nick?
Oh, did I lose you? Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're good. I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss Tom's. Hold on. So can you pin that, Daniel? It's Tom's. It says one rockfish rumble. What is that? What is that? Tom, I'm interested in. I don't know.
I lost
Maybe
my audio, guys. 1 second.
you're good. We can hear you. What is this? One rock fishing rumble is happening tomorrow.
Here, while we're waiting for him, I got a text from my dad. He said to let you know that he caught his first 6 calico on your slug this morning.
That was his first calico?
First 6 calico this morning. The first 6 fish were all on your slug.
The first 6. Okay, awesome. Very stoked on that. Yeah, he posted a picture, and I was like, oh, that looks like a Dolan Baits right there. That's awesome.
It was which one was it? The black one?
It was the black and red flaked one. Got black and red flake with the green powder in it.
Sorry about that, guys.
Wounded
You're
soldier.
good, man.
I got a phone call and I sent it, and it took away my audio.
You're good. So Tom was talking about a rock fishing competition, I guess.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. The rockfish rumble with.
Yeah, is it happening? Is it happening down there with you guys?
No, it's happening down in Ventura with Tucker's Landing. I don't know any of the rules on it, but it looks like fun.
It looks like Western Outdoor News and Hookup Baits have 3 boats going out tomorrow, rock fishing with Hookup Bait staff on each boat, and it's going to be a 3-boat jackpot.
Yeah, I read about the 3-boat jackpot. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Nick says that he caught 255 mackerel on your slug, Daniel.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
I'll tell you, when that mackerel bites on and you're getting those mackerels that are like footballs,
Oh Lord,
I'll catch those all day long.
Heck yeah.
So what boats run out of your landing?
So there's 9 or 10 boats in the fleet. The Gray Light, the Cobra, the Island Fox, the Ranger 85 runs out of our landing part-time. So they'll be here until beginning of June, I believe. And they'll head
go down to San Diego after that? Yeah. See, that one sounds familiar to me.
Yep. And then we have the Speed Twin, which is our half-day boat, big old catamaran. Who else is down there? The Island Tack is a full-day calico bass special. They full day, pretty much private charter 90% of their year, and their calico bass. And who else is down there? We got the Mirage and the Aloha Spirit, the Gentleman, and the Seabiscuit.
Oh, our buddy Gavin used to work on the Seabiscuit.
Oh yes, I miss Gavin. I haven't talked to him in a minute, but
yeah, he's been just working all the time. He doesn't even fish anymore.
Yeah, the guy he's
He's like an electrician, or for the what is it for, like
Edison almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing big things. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to buddy boat with him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Gavin.
I got a couple of strips.
So I heard good things about the Speed Twin too.
Yeah, they're great operation, great half-day operation.
I've heard that's a really stable platform.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. It's fun to fish off of.
It's fast.
Yeah, it can be fast. It's quick. I've had some really fun days on that thing, from sand bass all the way to bluefin. It's been, and everything in between. That boat's fun. I help out on there part-time once in a while, and I normally will cook or help on deck, and that platform is one of my favorites.
So how did you stumble into working there, or you asked her? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to know people, right? Yeah. So my cousin one day asked me if I wanted to help out on one of the boats down in Ventura, and that's kind of how I started in the industry. I think I was maybe in 7th grade.
Oh wow!
7th grade, and he hit me up. He asked me, "Hey,
So you were like 13, and he's like, "You need some money?"
Yeah, yeah, straight up. He's like, "You want to make some money?" I was like, "Sure." And I think it was like a Tuesday. I skipped school and I pinhead. I helped out. I think I made like $60, and I was stoked.
Dude.
Dude, $60 when you're that age is a lot of money,
right?
Yeah, I remember going to school with a big old fat wad of cash with 1s and 5s, and it was nice.
That's what I was gonna say.
It was nice.
What's up, Dave? We got D-Day in the house.
What's the link Dave sent us?
Oh, it was a wave.
Oh, weird. It just showed up as the link.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably because you're on an Android.
Not me.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
So let's keep it going. Let's talk about iRod, man. How did you get with iRod?
Through some mutual friends. I met Matt through my buddy Mike. He used to run the Erna B, and I was fishing at the landing, or I was working at the landing, and I was starting to build my freshwater gear. I was fishing like KVD Quantum stuff, and I was like, man, I really should. I was fishing with my cousin a lot at Piru, and he had all these rods, and I was like, man, I need to step up my game. So I hit up my buddy Mike, and he put me in connections with Matt, and it's been a fun ride from there.
That's cool, man.
Fun ride from there. So from starting at the freshwater, and then him getting a saltwater line going and fishing that, it's been fun. Lots of stuff coming.
I really like the way his rods are put together.
Yeah,
that's a solid. The saltwater series is solid.
Yeah, and there's more to come. They got some stuff in the works. So
more saltwater stuff.
Yeah, more saltwater stuff in the works. So keep your ears to the ground on that one. So
yeah, man. I've been fishing iRod for a while already, and it's a solid rod, man.
Yeah, they're great rods.
Solid rod.
They're great rods. They do the job. They're tough. They work really well.
So are you like a rep?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, a little bit. I help out a lot of stuff, and I go help out. Yeah.
Nice. And then you freshwater tournament fish. Do you do that still, or you don't do it anymore?
So I took a break. I was planning on fishing derbies this year, or at least as a co-angler. But I decided at the very last second to just take the year off, or at least the traveling part of it, the aspect of going up north a lot. I wanted to save up for a boat. I honestly want to save up for a boat and get on a fiberglass boat. I sold my aluminum, so just putting change away, trying to find something I really, really want.
Are you planning on taking it fresh and salt, or just keeping it specific to one or the other?
I see that's the biggest. That's the biggest like holdback, like the thing that's holding you back from purchasing and pulling the trigger on anything is to figure out what exactly I want to do.
Well, I would say the bigger question is how strict are your lakes with, bouncing around from water source to water source?
See, and that's the tough thing. That's the tough part about it. For instance, Piru or Castaic and Pyramid, they don't accept Piru tags, but Piru accept Pyramid and Castaic tags. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well,
it's kind of messy. And then you got Casitas, which won't accept anybody's tag except their own.
That's just what I was going to say. So the thing is, if you're going to go to Casitas, you're getting a Casitas specific boat.
Yep, 100%.
If you want to go,
you can't hop around.
No, not with the Casitas tag,
because they have a quarantine period. So you can hop around, but you go back into that quarantine again.
The only lake that will accept Casitas tags like right off the bat up north was Nacimiento.
Yeah, but once you go there, you've lost your Casitas tag.
You get a 30-day
you got to go back into quarantine. So if you can go from fresh to salt. If you're going from fresh to fresh, it's just you got to decide if you want a boat that you can do that.
Yeah, so Casitas.
Like, do you want to, like me? Would you want to be the jackass in a center console at the lake?
I've seen.
I don't know about you, Luke, but those striper are pretty gnarly. I would want to say,
don't knock it.
Lake.
Don't knock it. Yeah, it's if you want a Casitas boat, you're stuck at Casitas, which is good, which is cool. It's a cool place to fish. It's actually
tag that
well.
in that. So Tom's always riding dirty.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, so
there's seagrass on his
if I do get into it, it's definitely not going to Casitas. It'd probably be, if I was gonna get a bass boat, it definitely would stay untagged for just anything that I would want to do, at least in my area.
Now the question is Casitas even worth it?
Depends on who you ask.
I was gonna say I think it is.
I live on the opposite side of the county. I'm closer to Piru and Castaic.
Yeah, but if you're over by Casitas, it's worth it.
For sure. If you live in the Ojai Valley, Ventura, or Oxnard area, 100% it's worth it. Definitely worth it. But if you're in my neck of the woods, like Moore Park, Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley, Piru, Castaic, they're a little closer. So
the thing that's hard about a whaler is you're like almost paying double. If you can get a brand that's not whaler, you end up with a lot more boat for your buck.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Definitely looking at like a whaler type, I guess I would say.
I was gonna say you get a whaler clone. That's what my buddy calls them. You get some of the whaler clones.
Yeah. Just because it would be good. They're good to run out to the wrecks like 3 or 4 miles out. You can get to the islands if you really wanted to. Matt Newman, he has one. He has a whaler. We go on that thing all the time. That thing's almost bulletproof. So
the cool thing about whalers is how they're foam filled. You can feel the weight of it just pushing through.
Yeah.
Because my boat's lighter, so we're kind of like bobbing on top of the swell. Where my buddy's got a whaler the same size, and we're just shoving through.
Yeah, they ride really nice.
Smoother ride.
Oh, it's the same size as yours, Luke?
Oh, it's a 19. I've got an 18, so we're pretty similar.
Yeah,
that's cool. I didn't know it was that big. I thought whalers are like. Well, I know they're big, but I didn't think he had a big one like that.
That's a nice size whaler.
Yeah, you can get whatever size. They make them up to 40 feet, I think.
Some of them are really nice. Some of them that cruise to the harbor
expensive.
300. There was a guy that rolled through one. It wasn't that big either. It was probably no more than 35 feet. The guy paid like $350K for it. Loaded though. Thing was loaded. Beautiful boat. Just like, whoa, he spent $350K on that thing. Woo.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a house. Almost a house.
I don't know where, but
not anymore.
I'm like, I don't know where. I don't know where, but that's
the good house down payment.
That's a very good down.
That will get you a house next to Quail Lake. You know those ones that are abandoned in the middle of the desert? That's what it'll get you.
That's gnarly.
The desert.
300,000.
Yeah, it was a nice boat. 300,000 though. It's like, oof.
Dude,
when you get your new boat, we'll have to have you on again to talk about your boats, because I could talk about boats all day long.
Yeah,
Luke and his boats.
Well, my thing is Marina Del Rey has a lot of those fancy yachts that come in that are like 100 million, 300 million, 400 million, and you just go like, man, that's no longer just a boat. You have to have a full staff just to staff it.
Definitely.
They have to live on the boat with you, and then you have to pay them a living rent every day. And I'm like, at that point, it's like, it's not just a $400,000 boat at that point. That's like, I can't even imagine the amount of money that it costs every day to run the boat. And then if you park it, like, you need specific parking.
The flip fee.
Which is like $80,000 a day. It's insane. The amount of money that is just dished out for 100,000 or 100 million to like a $400 million boat is stupid money. And I'm over here like, man,
crazy.
$20 for a gift card is pretty hard.
So Tom said he's looking at a tender skiff. What is that?
A tender skiff, like for squid fishing, like they wrap around nets. They like a tender
Tender
skiff is
skiff.
less looking.
No, I think he's talking about a tender skiff is a boat that tends to be like 13 to 14 feet that can go on the back of a yacht.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like you'll see them
gotcha.
sideways on the back of a yacht, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
drop them in and go do their thing on it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You
Like
just-
Fino's got a tender skiff,
Oh, okay.
Those
but his
things are
is,
so
his is an
sweet.
inflatable. They make fiberglass ones.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, the one that Fino has is like the perfect harbor boat.
Dude, that thing
Gets you
is
to the wall.
solid.
It gets you in and out of the slips. Dude, it's
And it's
that
pretty
that's-
stable. We were on the outside of the wall on the day we went out, and the conditions weren't great outside. Inside it was glass, but outside it was, dude, we were able to fish, not comfortably, right? But we were out there.
Comfortable
you
enough.
know?
Yeah.
Comfortable enough, yeah.
Get you out there.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty solid little boat.
So, have you gotten on any of the bluefin bites up there?
I did. It was fun. That was an interesting time last year. Yeah, last year. I got one last year. I was very fortunate to catch one behind Santa Cruz Island. Yeah, and I killed that thing really quick, to be honest. Probably no more than like 5 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah,
How big was it?
bluefin.
how much? Yeah, how
That
big was it?
bluefin that's on my Instagram page. I think it was like around 90. It wasn't that big.
Nice.
It was a big one, but it wasn't too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
catching
but
big
five
They were
minutes
catching
for a
really
90
big ones.
pounder is. I mean, I've fought a 1 pound spotty for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, I killed that thing on 200-pound. I crimp leadered a Colt Sniper to 200-pound mono.
Crip
Swiveled it all
leader.
up.
What is that?
Instead of time
So-
stuff, you get like a
Oh, like a crimp,
You-
like a crimp it.
You have
You would have that tool, huh?
yeah. You have these.
I've got my whole crimp kit.
Yeah, you have these crimps that you put the 200-pound through because you really can't tie 200-pound test. And so what you do is you just slide the line through and then you crimp it onto the line. You know what? I got you, Luke. I live at a tackle shop. I'll find it.
Luke already showed us crimp kit. What do you
I
guys?
just showed it.
Yeah, but I want to show it in person. I'll find something.
Oh, you're trying to do a crimp? All right, well, these fellas are looking at crimp. Looking for crimp stuff.
If someone really wants to see a crimp thing, I can pull one out. I don't think anyone wants to see it.
Yeah, so I
do.
crimped up I put together a Colt Sniper on a 200-pound crimp leader, and I think before I caught that fish, I was like 0 for 25 on big bluefin. I was just like snake bitten on bluefin, big bluefin, big ones.
Big
The small
flexes.
ones all day. I'd catch bumblebee tuna all day, but anything big wasn't me. I just wasn't me. So finally, I just had the light bulb go off, and I was like, you know what? I'm a crimp leader, a 200-pound leader to a Colt Sniper, and I'm gonna kill one. And that's exactly what I did that day. So it was super fun on the Aloha Spirit with Pat and Denny. Who else was there? It was Zach Gage. Yep, that's it right there.
Dude, that's the ugliest crimp job I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Why do you
yeah,
have two?
That is such an old bait too for Costa Rica. The whole reason I wanted to show that is just to
So, yeah, let's show a real crimp job.
Is that the one?
That's how it looks when someone knows how to crimp.
Something like that. It was
Yeah.
pretty close to one of these, but yeah, that was fun. I killed it on a big rod and just put it to the rail and just start winding. And yeah, I killed that thing really quick, like quicker than I ever anticipated a big one to do. So it was super fun. I'm glad that I got on that bite, and I killed a local 805 bluefin. I was the lucky few.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a
Now
fun
you're
time.
saying lucky because they don't run out there, or what?
No, Charlie, we were lucky to get them in our water.
Yeah, I guess so. Really, we rarely get stuff like that. I mean, with cycles of fish, we're talking about cycles of fish. We had sea bass the year before. Then all of a sudden, we had Dorado couple miles outside the harbor.
Oh,
all
so
way
the
to-
Dorado made it all the way up to you guys.
Yeah, we had Dorado at San Nick SBI behind Anacapa.
Dude, that was such a fun year, that Dorado run.
Oh, it was
man, I hate
unbelievable.
that I didn't get to go. I
I
had
like
the
that
chance.
too.
John got onto that.
I hate the
stuff
chance
really
that
well.
I had the chance to go. I think Nick went out, SoCal Fishing Squad, Jeff from Salty Bastards, they went out. And the
Daniel
trip
went out
wasn't
with
even that
them.
expensive. Daniel went out. The trip was like $100, man.
Dude, this is one of the things I tell people.
But that's nothing for go to catch Dorado like that.
Right?
Oh yeah, this is one of the this is one of the things I tell people. I'll get on the next one. Doesn't work in fishing.
No,
I'll get
You're
on the
so
next
right.
one. Is not the right call. Especially when you look
No,
at that trip. Was like, I think that trip was, I want to say it was like just a little over 100, like you said, Charlie. Where the charters I went on that year were like 500 a pop on my Dorado trips. So you could have gone on a couple of those for the price of one of mine.
Yeah, there was something special about that Dorado. I'll tell you what, that stuff wanted to die.
Yeah, we
Man,
went
it
out
was-
with Jamie from Season Sport Fishing down in San Diego, and both times we limited in under an hour.
Yeah, they weren't as willing to die the further north they went.
Mm-hmm.
I think one day Patrick on the Aloha had like 80 of them, and that was like the big deal. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he caught 80 of them. And then the next day it would slow down a little bit and slow down. Finally, it just kind of spread out and dissipated. But it was something special to kind of run 20 miles from the landing and go and catch Dorado, something that I've never seen in my lifetime. And then to hear from other guys like the captains and the guys that have been in the industry for years and years and years say, I've never seen stuff like this, or it's been so long that I've seen this. And it was something special.
One of the things my dad always says is he's like, we are in the good old days of fishing right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It honestly feels like it. I'm excited for this year to see what comes. Honestly, in the game fishing aspect of it. Obviously, we're having some minor rockfish count setback, or what we can obtain and take.
Dude, that's insane.
But that's just it comes and goes. It comes and
goes. That's insane because I'm like, you're paying for a trip where you can only keep 2 fish.
Yeah, 2 vermilions, but there's plenty of other types of rockfish.
I was say, yeah, there's a lot of other types.
Some of my favorites are not even on the restricted list, so I'm glad about that. Like Florida bank rockfish, stuff like that. Those are some of my favorites. So
I thought it was just all rockfish.
No, it's vermilions. The vermilion is going to be taken
But
down.
what's your bag limit for a standard rockfish? Is it 5?
10, I believe. I thought it was 10. Yeah.
So yeah, that's plenty.
Still plenty of fish.
I've always felt that 10 was a lot to take in one day, but I'm also not a big fill up the bag type of person.
Yeah, 10's a good number. I think 10 is perfect. 20 bag limit. You don't really need more than 20 fish a day. But yeah, 20 bag limits, it's perfect. You get your variety of mix either from your rockfish, from your whitefish, sheephead, lingcod. There's plenty of stuff to catch, perch. Your
strictly lingcod. So Jeremiah says strictly lingcod 10.
Yeah, right. I wish. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's two per person.
I think it's 2.
I think it's 2 per person.
Has it always been like that, or is it just changed?
That are going on right now. I'm not familiar. It's weird to say. I'm not familiar with the regulations. They're still. It's fluid. This whole regulation thing is very fluid. I would recommend everybody going to the Department of Fish and Wildlife website and studying that book, forwards and backwards, left and right, because
don't get caught up.
Don't get caught up. What I've heard down the
that's why we don't keep fish, huh, Luke?
They are.
That's right. I don't need to know.
And ticket. So stay on your regulations. Stay on top of those regs, because nobody wants a ticket from the man in the green pants.
Right. Tom said no quillbacks either.
No quillback. Yeah. No chucklehead. Chucklehead, I heard, is off the table too. So,
and those are all new names to me.
Yeah, chucklehead. It'd be copper rockfish.
So we're coming up to the 5-minute mark. Let's talk PVs, man. What's your freshwater?
Like bass, freshwater bass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say like 9 pounds out of a pond here in Simi Valley.
nice.
Yeah,
You say 9?
9.
Woo!
Yeah, it was. I greened
Out of
the
a
freshwater
pond.
fishing as a kid, and I was throwing a big hammer swim bait. That thing ate it on a bed. It was
Nice.
cool. Yeah, I was barely learning how to throw a bait caster, and yeah, I caught that thing on a big hammer swim bait. It's stupid. But yeah,
I'm gonna really quickly comment on what Tom just wrote. You have to have a descender on board as well.
Yes, that's
And
huge this year.
it's kind of a bummer because we should all just have a descender on board so that we can properly release fish. And I gotta say, I'm guilty because I know that I should and I don't. And so, like, I can't even be like, yeah, they got to make a rule because of people like you. They got to make a rule because of people like me. I know better. I should have one.
Yeah, but when was the?
But you're not fishing stuff
No,
like
but I'm
that.
saying when I used to go, but I did do that. I would go to Iser's all the time and not have a descender on board. So
Yeah.
they have to have
was
that
a
rule
main-
because of people like me.
You know, like today I could have went out and slid out for some rockfish. I didn't have a descending rig on board. So it's like, ooh, you take the chance and slide out and do it and not get caught. It's not worth the ticket anymore.
And you know what? It's a good regulation to have because it's like, oh, we're not keeping this fish because it's short, but we're going to let it die.
And then a lot to do with cowcod too. A lot to do with cowcod. It's starting to make it's starting to make its presence coming back. It's starting to come back a little bit. A lot of areas that are opened up with unlimited depth. So you're going to run into cowcod.
Cowcod's a fun fish to catch. We should be, making sure we release them properly.
Yep, got to release them.
I've been on charters where like, oh, damn it, it's a cowcod. It's like, this is like the coolest thing I've caught all day. What are you talking about, damn it?
They're massive. They can get pretty big. They get pretty big.
So what about a calico? I know we talked about spotties because you said it was like a 2.5. The biggest?
2.5. Yeah.
What about a calico?
I don't weigh my fish, though. It's hard to say. Maybe like 7.
Just show us with your hands. Was it like that big?
Yeah, maybe like around 7 pounds. It was a nice one.
Nice.
I went fishing up north last year, and I could have probably broke my PB. I just wasn't, and I didn't get lucky enough.
Yeah.
I've seen some really big fish, some big calicos. Ooh, some really big ones up north.
Oh yeah, we've seen our fair share of big ones.
Yeah.
Well, Luke's seen them more. He's got a 9 pound in his bag.
Man, I want to get that lucky. I really want to get that lucky.
It's not that lucky. It's changing from fishing everything to just fishing calicos.
Yeah. It's so hard to just fish one species. There's so many out there.
Yeah.
I caught an 8 pounder.
Oh, nice.
I was close. But yeah, man.
So that 90 was your big bluefin?
Yeah, 90 is my big. No, 90 isn't my big bluefin. 100 and maybe 20. They taped it. Out. It's like 120.
Nice.
Nothing big.
What'd you say, Daniel?
Everybody.
120 is still pretty big.
Yeah, it was the night bite. One of those dumb ones that ate the jig at night.
Dude, I love the night bite. I feel like they also fight a little harder.
He said, any fish at night. I think any fish at night fights harder any fish fights harder at night.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little bit cooler.
You know what?
Even if it's only a degree or two cooler than it was during the day, it's a little bit cooler, and they seem to fight a little harder.
On bass and stuff like that for sure. But it's like you catch one of those big bluefin on like 200-pound Spectra and 200-pound leader of mono. You're just cranking away on the rail, just cranking away, and it's fun. It's fun to catch them, to at least get them going. But yeah, one of the dumb ones that ate my jig. Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, when I got mine, it was on an older setup, so he put a hurting on me.
Yeah, I got lucky. One of the Jake on the Ranger 85 let me borrow a rod, and that's when I got mine.
Yeah, after that, I went out and bought an international and a nice rail rod, and haven't caught a big one since.
See, it was really hard for me to make that investment for a big rail rod. It's like, when do I ever use this?
Yeah,
When am
I
ever
made
going
the
to?
investment and haven't gone on another tuna trip since then.
Oh, it's okay. This year's the year.
I hope so.
This year's the year.
So, just a reminder, guys. Thanks for sharing, Bubba, your PVs and jumping on. Just a reminder, guys. Glizzies, April 27th in San Pedro, and the tackle meet this Saturday. Definitely going to be fun. Make sure you guys check it out. Waterman's
Yeah,
Collective.
hoping to see a bunch of people there.
Go to the website. I think you could still pre-order the rods if you want to see the rods. They're going to be at the tackle meet. Daniel's going to be having some slugs there as well. Salty Bastards, and many more people. But fun one tonight. Thanks, Bubba, for jumping on.
Thanks for having me.
Sharing some Ventura County /
Well, we're gonna have to pick your brain about the best time to travel up to, Ventura, the Channel Islands, best time for, rockfish, best setups in your opinion for rockfish, white sea bass, because that's always fun for people to figure out. And if there is anyone new, it's always nice to be like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't really know, but now that I do, I might go visit the Channel Islands. But also,
and guys, if you're ever in town. Sorry, go for it.
I'm just going to throw this out right now. When the white sea bass start popping off, we should have you on here for a white sea bass update.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about what's going on, what you should bring, what rods you should have, what tackle.
That would be sick.
So I think what we will do is maybe, because the white sea bass thing is going to happen when it happens. It's not going to happen on our schedule.
Absolutely.
When it happens, maybe we bump our schedule around a little to squeeze you in.
For sure.
And
Anytime.
do a white sea bass breakdown episode.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Let me know.
And if you guys are ever in the Ventura County, guys, stop by the landing and support the tackle shop.
Yeah, come on by. 4151 South Victoria Avenue, Oxnard.
Oh, before we go, plug in whoever you want to plug in.
Yeah, iRod, of course, iRod, Bass Tricks. iRod and Bass Tricks.
Is that a Hammer Fury hat you got on?
Sport fishing, check them out. Come on down, come fishing. Rock fishing just started, and that's just the beginning. There's stuff is gonna start popping off here pretty soon. So
is that a Hammer Fury hat?
Oh yeah, I got it, Mr. Fred. Hammer Fury. Yeah, go fishing with this guy. He's good. It's real good.
Luke did a trip with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we've come to the 1 hour mark. Thank you guys, whoever jumped on. Stay tuned for whatever's happening with us. We'll be posting stuff.
Like a video dropping Saturday 6 a.m.
Nice.
Hopefully.
No, definitely.
And that's a trip of us fishing Catalina Island with SoCal Fishing Squad in Reyes. So stay tuned, guys. My first time going to the islands. But with that being said, Bubba, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
We do this because we love it, and it fuels it because we love the fishing. Peace.
Peace out, guys. See you guys next episode. And again,
thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate it.